two wanted in a New York Chanel smash and grab. Take a look.
Now, police are looking for the pair of robbers behind a smash and grab robbery at a Chanel store on the Upper East Side. Eyewitness News reporter Phil Tate live outside the store on Madison Avenue with the details for us. Phil.
Yeah, Charlene, right now an active investigation is underway to find the two men who police say smashed the front window of the Chanel store just right behind me and got away with around $30,000 worth of merchandise. That window this morning all boarded up, and hopefully at some point today it will be restored. Well, let's get straight to some video right now. This was at the scene around 7 last night here on Madison Avenue. While the damage left behind is just eye-opening, police were canvassing the area both in and out of the luxury store, just trying to recover surveillance video and looking for any clues that would help them determine who's behind this store robbery. Now, 3 purses were stolen, valued at $10,000 each, and for neighbors, they aren't too happy to see this happen right on their doorstep.
Maybe it's because it's a dangerous crime wave and people are really experiencing that even on 64th and Madison. Maybe it's just a random occurrence. Someone wants a nice bag from a Chanel. In either case, it's obviously not a good thing to see if you live in the area.
Now, there are surveillance cameras overhead. Police do tell us that the two men were able to get away on foot. If you're wondering what they used exactly to break that glass, that window that's now all boarded up, they used a sledgehammer. Hard to believe that this happened right here on Madison Avenue. Now, police have not made any arrests at this hour, but if anyone has any information that could help them with their investigation, you are urged to give them a call.
Somebody asked if this was Chicago. No, this is New York. New York City. Supposed to be the capital of the world, the unofficial capital of the world. New York City, they doing smash and grabs on the Upper East Side. We even had songs talking about the Upper East Side, and New York City is over there doing smash and grabs. And they said this may surprise some people. It don't surprise me at all. This is normal. This is our new normal, y'all. Shout out to New York City. Check out this couple right here, right? So this is a couple in Sacramento, and they're working together. And now people, they surprise me because it's almost like they act like we don't have cameras no more. Imagine you in a position now to where your scheme is to run around setting fires inside of the grocery store on one side of the grocery store so that you can go to the checkout and escape with a bunch of groceries. They setting fire in grocery stores to steal groceries. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Fire officials are looking for 2 people who allegedly set a fire inside a Sacramento grocery store. They say they've seen this before as a distraction before stealing merchandise. And tonight we have more on what happened after speaking with Metro Fire. Take a listen.
Sac Metro Fire is looking for...
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the very definition of interracial dating. This is interracial dating, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I had to go back to this picture. We got a black man looking over frozen pizzas and a snow bunny. Dr. Umar Johnson would be absolutely disappointed. Let me say that again for the people in the back. We have a black man and a snow bunny. This is interracial dating, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the wrong type of interracial dating. We got a man that is leading his family into the penitentiary. A black man and a snow bunny. Look at this nonsense.
The woman in the blue sweatshirt is accused of setting fire to some of the items on the shelf of the baking aisle.
Y'all said that's a snow cow?
Store on 1 Avenue.
Using a lighter, set some product on fire, created a distraction.
Metro Fire tells us this all happened Saturday morning. The suspects, a man and a woman in their 30s, pictured here. Metro Fire says they loaded their cart with groceries. The woman set the fire and proceeded to the checkout area. Metro Fire tells us this isn't the first time they've seen something like this happen, saying it's typically part of an effort to steal merchandise. This time, they say no theft occurred. The woman left the cart at the front of the store and bought some bagels with cash. But fire officials believe the fire was part of a distraction to try and steal.
We've seen this time and time again countywide where people start fires in one of the aisles and then they make their way out with thousands of dollars worth of merchandise.
Metro Fire says a Winco employee grabbed a fire extinguisher and put it out. The fire estimated to have caused $2,000 to $3,000 in damage. Firefighters say a large part of the product in that section will need to be replaced due to the smoke.
And what people don't realize is when you start a fire like this, you create a diversion. You are then responsible for whatever major damage comes from that.
Yep, a lot of people don't realize that. So when you do something, well, first of all, the whole store could have burned down, okay? That's number one. But number two, if you do something and then it causes more damage or somebody gets hurt as a result of it, you then become the culprit. You become responsible. Imagine causing $2,000 to $3,000 worth of damage so you can steal a couple $100 worth of groceries. The amount of effort that it takes to do things the wrong way, and you might go to jail for arson when they catch you. I can't be bothered, man. I can't be putting my freedom on the line for this foolishness. Anyways, and last but not least, a Joker sequel has absolutely flopped. Check it out.
Warner Brothers have brought back Joker. They've got a sequel to the Joker film, wildly successful Joker film, but this time it's some sort of a musical. Here's a clip that's doing rounds. It's being variously praised and mocked, mainly mocked.
Build this mountain high, let's build it. Mountain, mountain, build a mountain, 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 build a mountain, mountain.
What is going on with this? What are you hearing about the studio's expectations with this particular movie?
Highly disappointed. It's already bombing with critics. It's already bombing with the audience. And, I'd rather watch Grease 2, which is considered typically one of the worst sequels of all time. But I'd much rather watch Michelle Pfeiffer on that ladder singing Cool Rider than whatever it is you just showed me.
Yeah, whatever it is, that's what people's first response often is. What was that? Is that some sort of a joke? But if it's part of the film. And what about Lady Gaga's performance? Because she was almost universally praised for her debut. But this time around, is she getting many plaudits?
I don't think that she's kind of made an impact because I'm not seeing anything about that. I think the worst thing that they did when they were doing their interviews for this was they took themselves too seriously. And so it's almost, you have secondhand embarrassment for them looking at all of the negative stories about how this is a failure because they sat there just so completely engrossed and serious about these characters and about this movie instead of having fun with it, which they absolutely should have.
Yeah, that, you know what? Honestly, I was looking forward to personally for Joker 2 because the first one was so good and he acted so well. But then when I found out it was a musical, I said, I'm not doing this, bro. I'm not about to go watch another Color Purple musical. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no singing. I don't want none of that. And I be thinking to myself, who was the music executives that, or not the music executives, the Hollywood executives, the film's executives that greenlit this and say, yeah, man, it's going to make sense to be a musical. People are going to love going from a deep, dark, psychological thriller into it just being a musical. Like who? It had to go through so many different layers of approval for you to lose this amount of money. But yep, people panned it. They said that we're not supporting this movie. I did see a lot of different reviews. I couldn't wait to see what the box office was going to do from this, but people absolutely hated it. Nobody wanted to see Lady Gaga sing. We didn't want to see that. We wanted to see great things. And you know what the worst part about this is that it's very rare nowadays to get a good movie that you want to actually go to the theaters and see. I like going to the theaters. I like going to the movies. I like sitting in the seats and stuff like that. And I just like seeing stuff with people. It ain't many movies to go and see anymore. I mean, you go see something like The Planet of the Apes or something like that comes out, but it ain't really nothing really to see anymore.